Hello everyone, I'm Quinn Raccoon. Happy Autism Acceptance Month. In celebration, this is the first episode of a series called Autism Representation In Media, where I am going to be covering autistic characters, both canon and coded. For the first episode, I'm going to be talking about the 2018 TMNT reboot. Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and more specifically how they portray autism with the character of Donatello, more commonly known as what I will be referring to him as Donnie. But before I say anything, this will have spoilers for some scenes in the Rise of the TMNT movie and the original show. I will also be talking about a chapter from She-Ra for the sake of comparison. If you don't want to get spoiled for any of these shows, go watch them and come back. I also just want to see what the layout of this series is going to look like. So here it is. Their autistic traits. How they are treated by the writers and characters. Are they a one-dimensional character? And my personal opinion. Now let's first start off with his autistic traits. First, he seems to have a special interest in science and tech, but is also fond of things like sci-fi, Jujitsu, Jupiter Gym. He often speaks in a flat tone that sometimes comes off as sarcastic, which he seems to be aware of, shown us in this clip.
I'm sorry if that sounded like sarcasm. It wasn't. I am in.
He has a hard time understanding emotions and feelings, which is a common autistic struggle, like in these scenes here.
You need to learn a healthy way to express your feelings to your family.
Yes, feelings. Hot, cold, hungry, sleep.
No.
He is also seen stimming a lot, like in the following clips here.
Okay, nerds. I want my stuff back. Oh, that's what I was hoping you'd say. I was about to say proud. Oh, it felt...
No.
There are other times where he stims, but it would take me like a month to go through them all. He has sensory issues, like, for example, in the following scenes here.
With you.
Donnie versus Rob.
What's the haps? Huh? Oh, this? I didn't realize I had it on. This is my sweet new purple satin jacket.
Yep.
Got it for being a bit of a tech whiz.
That's nice.
Purple dragons, members only, no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
For brekkie today.
Burrito.
Tempting, but my culinary needs are more refined. One flavorless juice, Sheldon?
He appears to have alexithymia, better known as low empathy. He also uses ASL, or American Sign Language, in this scene.
Shut it down, boys!
Now let's get into his actual character himself and not just his traits. On the surface, Donnie seems like he would be terribly horrible representation, am I right? I mean, he's a guy who's special into science. He's the super smart one who also speaks with a monotone voice, and he's also often cold and emotional, but he isn't. Now that affects the question, why? How are they not able to make him not a total stereotype? How they are treated by the writers and characters? For the sake of this argument, I'm going to need to use a chapter from Cher to explain it. Entrapped and Donnie are both super smart autistic purple ones, with both one key difference: how they are treated in the story and by the characters. Entrapped isn't treated like actual characters. Instead, she is treated like an object, only there for the sake of moving the plot forward and making the audience laugh. The characters treat her like she is a burden they just have to deal with. Her infidels are met besides, and she is even put on a leash around her waist by Perfuma. Also, the fact that the literal genocidal villain organization members treat her better than the literal good guy! Most of all these things, Entrapped just seems like a cheap caricature of an autistic person. Only in the story so the writers can go, hey, we're inclusive, so you should totally love our show. Actually, now that I say that, I realize that basically sums up the majority of the show. Also says a lot about how the writers and creators view autistic people, but Donnie, he's a different story. Donnie is treated by the writers just like they treat the rest of the characters. He has a character arc just like everyone else, and he isn't used to make the audience laugh like Entrapped. His brothers never make him change or treat him like a burden. They love and accept Donnie for who he is, and sure, they aren't completely happy with Donnie's info dumps, but they never make him feel like there's something wrong with him or do anything minimum joking around and simply not paying attention. Are they a one-dimensional character? The problem with most autistic characters with science for their special interests is that they tend to come off as emotionless, one-dimensional characters with no personality traits outside of their special interests. Entrapped doesn't really seem to have a personality outside of robots and science, and only seems to experience about two emotions. Happiness around 99.9% of the time. Whenever she is sad or has any other emotional moments, it just comes off as one-dimensional, vague, unimportant to her character, and like the writers did not take more than 5 minutes writing it, but Donnie doesn't. If anything, his special interest is one of his smallest traits. He loves danger, he is very dramatic, and he's not emotional as confined to one emotions. Even though he tries to put on an emotionless, aloof persona, he's actually extremely passionate about anything. He gets easily irritated when others don't listen to him. He gets easily excited, like in Mask Out Melee when he saw Atomic Glass, or in the episode Ballad of the Rat Man when Spooner asked to hang out with him. Speaking of that episode, his emotional moments are treated with the same amount of importance as everyone else. Like in Ballad of the Rat Man, where he finds out that the only reason Splinter wanted to hang out with him and Mikey was that he wanted to compete in the Demolition Derby because it reminded him of his jiu-jitsu days.
You said this was a car fair! You knew I wouldn't come if you told me it was a demolition derby!
Turn this tank back on now, or else I will...
Or else what? You tricked us into coming here! You said you wanted to spend time with us! You lied!
The next episode that has an emotional Donnie moment is episode Donnie vs. Witchtown. Throughout the episode, Donnie is constantly putting down magic and putting up silence after Donnie accidentally declares war on the town after breaking their prized statue. April questions why Donnie is acting like this, and we get this scene.
Buzz, I'm the science guy. If mystic powers can do everything I can do, but better, then why would you guys even need me?
In this scene, Donnie is insecure about his purpose if he doesn't have his tech, which explains why he refused to use tech throughout the series. The fact that mystic magic is implied to be controlled by emotions, since Mikey, the one who's the most skilled, is also the one who is most in touch with his emotions, also ties into his alexithymia. He also states that he doesn't like Mr. Magic because it's something he can't understand, like emotions. My personal opinion. In my opinion, I think Donnie is a wonderful representation of autism. He's a multi-dimensional character with his own insecurities and quirks, what makes him so great. Thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe for more, and tell me what you think about Donnie in the comment section below. And until next time, this is Quinn Raccoon signing off. Bye!